Welcome to the Wildcast podcast, coming to you from Wildcast Studios with your hosts Adam Lund and Jeremy Boucher.
Welcome back to Wildcast Studios for another episode of the Wildcast podcast, your unofficial voice for all things Moncton Wildcats. As always, fan listeners, I am your host Adam, and I am joined by the internet winner of Sunday and your favorite co-hoster, Mr. Jeremy Boucher. How did it feel to be so famous, bro?
Honestly, I didn't even expect this tweet of mine to do anything. It was just a simple, dad joke or pun, if you want to put it that way. And I just tweeted it, and ever so often I was checking my phone. My phone just bloop, bloop,
Yeah.
bloop, bloop. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Anyways, if you haven't heard the story, this will probably go down as I don't think I'll ever get anything remotely close to.
I thought you had one that was over 1,000 likes.
Well, it was when it was the P-Gate one.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
COVID
yeah,
press
yeah.
conference.
Yeah.
That one got traction, but this one is, I mean, double. It's almost double what the P-Gate one was. Anyways, yeah. So there was another one of those protests in Toronto over the weekend, and the Toronto police put out a tweet saying that there was an arrest made because a 34-year-old man threw feces at another person, and he was charged with assault with a weapon. So, I just decided to reply saying, not my favorite choice of weapon, but a solid number two. Number two, poop, feces.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, okay, this is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I'll put it out there. And as we sit right now, it's got like 119 retweets, 27 quoted tweets, and 2,706 likes.
And most of the replies were, "You won the internet today," slow clap, just the abundance of good tweet. Like, that was a good quality tweet from. So, do you follow the Toronto Police Department?
No. I just saw David Cochran from CBC News retweeted Toronto Police. That was the only way I noticed the tweet, right? And I didn't realize it when I replied to that tweet.
Yeah.
David Cochran was tagged in it too. So all these people were replying to me are replying to David Cochran as well. So I just lit up his mentions. And
Did he message you?
No, he didn't. No, but
because I saw you say sorry.
Yeah,
for it.
I might want to drop him. I might drop him an email. Good Newfie boy, and just apologize for all that. I didn't even realize he was tagged in it. But no, don't think I'll ever get that sort of. If you want to call it viral, but
that was pretty good.
That got some attention.
I think my favorite part, like I said to you just before we went on air, your reply was 2,700 likes. Your own quote retweet of it, 7.
Yeah,
like
so I don't know. That was just nobody went to my profile.
No,
but no, it's cool. Nice to be famous.
Yeah,
I'll take the 15 minutes of fame and move on.
This recording in snowstorms is becoming a theme, eh? There's 60 centimeters. How's the day-to-day treks going for you?
Well, if the city of Moncton would get off their arse and do some sidewalks, it would be a lot easier for me to work. But
yeah,
it doesn't matter where you go in town right now. There's no sidewalks done. You go to Riverview, they're all done. You go to Dieppe, they're all done.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently the toilet they installed at City Hall took up too much of their budget to focus on sidewalk cleaning. That $350,000 toilet that they decided to install outside that everybody knew would get vandalized by drunks or the
Transients,
homeless population. People, God love them, which it did. It got vandalized like last month, so they paid to replace the door. And so you suck, City of Moncton. Get off your arseholes and clean the freaking sidewalks. You've seen these kids walk to school.
Yep.
And there's no sidewalks. So you got, 9-year-old kids who are, when you're walking, you're supposed to be walking against
traffic,
right?
Yeah.
So the cars coming this way, if you're walking this way, will see you. But these kids don't know that. So they're walking, in the same direction as the traffic is going. And it's just, it's ridiculous. Like,
most people are pretty good with driving and knowing people
Yeah.
are going to be on the road, but there's no reason to be.
I'm seeing these
Walking.
8,
Yep.
10, 11-year-old kids walking to school, and they're practically in the middle of the road
Yeah.
because there's no sidewalks done by Avery School, and it's just frustrating. It's nothing the school can do about it. It's a municipality's
Yeah, yeah.
responsibility, and they've it's fucking awful. It's terrible right now. There's no
Well-
room. There's no room to put the snow either. Like,
No,
so
that's the craziest part is
that
just showing.
goddamn groundhog saw a shadow too. So that's
Yeah.
another 6 weeks away.
Yeah, we got another. We're supposed to get another 10 on Tuesday. Obviously, that date's when this was recorded. But I sent. I had my first snow day, my first official snow day
There
in
you go.
4 years.
There
I've
you
never
go.
had one.
Yeah.
Friday afternoon, and got some shoveling, got some tractors moving some snow. I can't get my car out. We're using Layla's, so my car's tucked in there. I think I could maybe back it out, but I'd have to go through the back door and in, and it just seems like a hassle. So eventually I'll get my car out, but I wanted this snow. I was excited to get a lot of snow, and I'm done now. I said I was done last week, but I keep sending it back to my family, and they can't believe the amount of snow. And of course, my mom, who works for the town, well, what do they do with it all? When do they truck it out? Where do they put it all? Like, want to know these things, and it's so much snow. And what's funny is the tractors that come here that clean all the roads out, they don't have that in Alberta.
Really?
Nope, because they
Jeez.
don't. Like cities like Calgary and Edmonton, they windrow, but no one's got a company full of tractors that would go clean your driveway. So,
Craziest thing I've ever seen. I know we're kind of getting. We're supposed to be talking hockey here, but when I was living in when I was living in PEI, I'm pretty sure they still do this. They got a plow that does the road.
Yeah.
But the plow is literally. I was literally just gonna say ejaculating, but no. He's got the thing, like the actual shooter.
Yeah.
And there's a dump truck that's beside the plow, so the plow is shooting the snow into the dump truck
As it's
going.
Oh,
so
really?
They're like next to each other,
Yeah,
side by side.
yeah.
So there's no snow on the side there's no snow banks because they're literally trucking the snow away
As they go.
as it's getting plowed.
Oh, now that's genius.
And it's like, I've never seen this before in my life, and I'm pretty sure they still do it.
Huh.
And so if you walk downtown Charlottetown right now, there's little to
You can
no
walk
snow.
on the sidewalk.
You can walk on the sidewalk because they're all done. There's no snow anywhere.
Impressive.
They truck it all away right then and there.
I do like that. All right, let's get away from snow removal and get into the Amazing Race. Theme of the show, coming back when counted out.
Yes.
Dusty and Ryan
Mm-hmm.
started first, got into some trouble with some cheese. I think I would have gone with the mule. Now, when it first came out with the roadblock where it was the making cheese or the mule, I was like, well, I think I'd make cheese. I don't trust the animal. Like, you never know what it's going to do.
But these are like the best behaving mules. I'm like,
Yeah.
none of these
Yeah.
people had trouble with the
No.
mule, right? So it was,
No.
I'm on your side. I would have done the cheese too,
Yep.
just knowing how stubborn mules are, right?
Yep.
And I was surprised they got there first and got out last, and
Yep.
didn't even finish it. Had to go and do the mule. They got the mule done, and then
And then caught up on that track, which is really cool. Like,
I would do that.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yep.
Zip lines and
Jumping into the
jumping
water.
in
little
water,
rock wad
slides,
slides,
and-
yeah.
yeah. That looked really cool. That's something I would do. I'm not too, I think I'm still out of breath from watching that Stairway to Heaven a couple weeks ago. Just thinking
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
they probably had to do this 1,600 steps, and
Yeah.
I mean up and down, like that's wild.
And finally, Akbar and Sheridan are gone. They're constant complaining. It was
Ye-
good to see a run of Natalie not
Ye-
finish last,
Yeah,
but
I was happy with that.
yeah, the Akbar and Sheridan away from Amazing Race, doing great things on Amazing Race.
Mhm.
Nah, I was done with their constant bickering and whining, and
It seems like it's going to be a short season because there's not very many teams left.
No.
Right? Usually there's like 13 teams, but there's only like 6 left now, 6 or 7.
6 or 7. Yeah.
So yeah, short season, and we're going to get into Big Brother Canada starts next month, so we should.
Might have to get Dobson on here.
Yeah, I know he's a big BB Can fan, and
Yeah.
so is Pat McNeil,
Oh,
and a lot of people, a lot of BB Can.
that might be your
fans.
hosting debut. You can host Big Brother episode, and you can Chris and
a Big
Pat.
Big Brother Canada podcast.
There you go.
Yeah.
You in?
Am I in?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Am I in?
You gonna do it?
Am I on the show?
Yeah. You gonna host one?
I didn't make the cut.
Oh, well, that's not fun. You should be on it though. Are you gonna try? Would you do it?
I applied once. I applied one season.
Yeah.
It obviously didn't make it, but at this point, when I applied, I was young. I was in shape. I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't have a daughter. Didn't have a wife.
Yep.
I had nothing to worry about. I was all myself. I probably could have went in there and had a showmance for all I care about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And no, it's just I'm getting too old for that now. I'd go in there and to be like a physical comp, and I'd be like the first one falling down, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think I'd be able to do that.
But let's be honest, you would be a fan favorite with your amount of dad jokes and puns and playing the game. I think you would have. I think you would be the people that the radio shows the next day talked about what Jeremy Boucher did. I think you would be your dad jokes alone on that would be something.
Well, you never know. I mean, I definitely have a good social game.
Yeah.
Social game, mental game. But the physical comps, I'd be, I'd have to align myself with a comp beast, if I wanted to make it far in the game at all. Like it's, having to hang on to a rope for, God knows how long. It just, I have the worst grip, and I can't even hold on to a candy bar sometimes because the chocolate slips out of my hands. And, I'm terrible. But mentally and socially, I would do very well. But like I said, I'd have to be working with someone that would who dominate physical comps.
Well, here's hoping you apply for it. Megan, let him apply for one. let him get on to one. As always, you can follow us on Twitter, Moncton Wildcast, Instagram, Wildcast Podcast, TikTok, and don't forget to like and subscribe on the YouTube. A quick question. It is Super Bowl time. We had our predictions earlier in the year. I said the Bills and the Rams. I at least got the Rams right.
I said the Bills and the Bucks, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it is the 1 year. Well, when we recorded this, it was the 1 year anniversary of Tampa winning. So, who doesn't love that? Bengals, Rams. Who you got?
I want the Bengals to win.
Yeah.
I want the Bengals to win. But I think the Rams, just the fact that it's home field, right?
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I want that's another wrinkle. I want the Bucks to be eventually another home team can do it, but I don't want it second year in a row. I want the Bengals to win. For guys like Pat and Dave who have been fans forever.
I'm going to say the Bengals 27-24 last second field goal by Evan McPherson.
Nice.
That's why you draft a kicker.
Yeah. Well, when it works out, yeah. When you're Tampa and you draft a kicker and you can't make a kick, it doesn't really work out, especially when you trade out to get one. That's another podcast for another day. I so badly want to pick the Bengals, but I think the Rams, and I think it's like 34-17.
Yeah, they got too much. I think the Rams have too much.
Yeah, and the way that the Chiefs got after Joe Burrow, the way the Titan got after Joe Burrow, that defense for the Rams is no joke. And but it'll be fun. The halftime show will be quite the event.
The halftime show is what I'm tuning in for.
This is one of the few Super Bowls I'm excited for the halftime show more than the game.
Like I sent you that TikTok the other day where it's like it was this woman, and she says like what the kids are gonna how kids are gonna react when the parents are watching the Super Bowl halftime show, and it's like, if you didn't grow up, if you're within Adam and I's age grouping, if you didn't grow up listening to like Dr. Dre or Eminem or Mary J. Blige, there's seriously something wrong with you. I'm literally going to be rapping my mouth off to these songs, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a very nostalgic halftime show, and probably the only thing that I will pay attention to. Yeah. The game's going to be good. I'll do my pizza and my wings and all that stuff. But no, I'm so looking forward to this halftime show.
Yep, it'll be quite the show. So let's get some news and notes from around the queue.
News and notes from around the queue. So
one of the things that was taken away from this pause in the CHL and now the reboot and everything, the 2022 CHL NHL Top Prospects game will be held again in Kitchener, March 23rd. They're selling tickets like they're going to get 100% seating capacity. So, again, this goes back to your rant last week. I mean, let's keep hoping these events continue to sell tickets and continue to be full. Do we see a Wildcat there? I mean,
Well, according to the unless it was
the graphic.
The Q kind of teased it with their graphic. Of all the players they could have chose from, they chose Max Barbashev.
Yep.
Which to me is kind of a teaser. Maybe, I mean, if he's not there and they decided to use his picture,
I actually, when I first just scrolling quickly, I saw the article with his picture. And I'm like, are we hosting?
Yeah, that was
I was like, did we get the game?
I wish that's one game I'd love to go.
Yeah.
I'd love to go watch, but
Let's go.
that's
March. Let's go a road trip, bro.
Kitchener. Yeah.
Odd.
Yeah. What a pretty iconic.
Yeah.
Iconic rank. But yeah, it'd be pretty strange if he's not there and the Q decided to use his face in their graphic. So, kind of a teaser possibly. If Loshing continues to score,
Yep.
like he is right now, and putting people on their ass like he did in that hit in overtime.
Oh, we're gonna get to that, but yes,
I think he's got a serious because obviously it's only 40.
Yeah.
Right. It's only the 40 top prospects. Loshing right now I think is 5th round. Last time I looked at the North American rankings, so he's not in that range, but things happen.
Yep.
That his name could pop up in the next month or so.
Yep, and that's probably the two that we most likely see. I don't think we see an Isenza. I don't think we see a Filion because I just don't know how much he's going to play, and we talked about that last week. So it'll be something to keep an eye on. Those could be the possible, maybe both, but probably at least one of them will be going to that top prospects game is what we hope as well. The Videotron Team of the Week, QMJHL Team of the Week. Your forwards, Joshua Waugh, Maverick Bork, and your cousin, Evan Boucher.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
I saw you just continuing to, I approve.
Well,
I approve.
I literally I replied to the Mooseheads the day that he signed. I was like, you're going to like this guy. And he's living up to the expectations and the billing so far. So, yeah.
Yep,
good,
4 goals in 2 games.
Yeah,
on their little road trip there.
Good on cousin Ev. He's lighting her up for the old Moose there.
Yeah, and then the defensemen, they went with the Islanders, Plendowski, Cormier, and goaltender Riley Mercer for your Q Team of the Week as well. The Wildcats, the Q announced scheduling. So we've got 3 extra games for the week of the 14th to the 20th. February 15th, Halifax at 7 p.m. here at Moncton. And then they go back-to-back with potentially 3 and 3. They got February 19th. We host Drummondville. February 20th at 4 p.m. we host Halifax. And it's scheduled that the Wildcats go to Halifax on the 21st for the Family Day game. But, again, based on all the different scheduling, we'll see if that stays. And as far as the rest of the schedule, it says we should have it by the end of this month. So we should know where most of these games are playing. So I know that the game against Halifax was from the 30th, so I would imagine you just use that ticket. But again, follow the Wildcats, and they will give you your ticket information, which, before we get into the rewind, the Avenir Center, the ticket part, I talked about this on the live, quite simple. You go in there, you get your seat. If it's available, you go to your section. It's not like they give you different tickets. Like, oh, we're going to take your 2 tickets and we're going to give you these 2 random seats. You get into your section. If you can find your seat, you can use it. Layla and I use both our seats. But everything was pretty smooth there. My only bone of contention, and I gave them the weekend pass, so I hope this doesn't happen on the 15th, but a little bit of a rant, and it's kind of ridiculous, and I don't know if it's SMG, I don't know if it's the Avenir Center, I highly doubt it's the Wildcats, but you want us to go clockwise around the building, because COVID can get you if you go counterclockwise, so you have to go that way, because that's what Costco does. There's only one way in Costco and any other store, but that's whatever. I have to wear my mask anywhere I go, when I'm in my seat, when I'm in my bubble. I until I'm actively eating or drinking. Fine. So I go to get my my dinner on Saturday, the 3 meat poutine, delicious, and I use my phone all the time. I go to tap. Oh, we don't have tap. Okay, that's no big deal. So put my debit in. I punch numbers. Maybe first game back. Issues with the tap. Cool. It's everywhere. All of a sudden, Layla's at Mexi's. She's like, yeah. All of a sudden, the tip function was there. I'm like, what? So, okay, that's game 1. So I go to the game next day. Same thing. Can't use a tap. You got to use a machine. So you're telling me, with all the restrictions and the conditions to get into that building, I have to go one way. I have to wear a mask everywhere, but I can't use a tap. I have to touch the machine that everybody else is touching. Are you kidding me? Like, I tweeted the Avenir Center. I don't know if it's them. I don't know if it's SMG. But are you kidding? Like, these restrictions are silly enough with what we're having to deal with and everything that's happening. Is this because you just want tips for your employees? Pay the employees. Like, if it's on the 15th, then this is clearly just you want tips. And I don't know if people are going to tip your employees at a fast, like, I don't tip fast food. This is the same to me. This is not, you want all the COVID restrictions, bring that tap back. But that's my rant. That was the most ridiculous thing, is I had to touch the machine that everybody else is touching that I know weren't getting cleaned after I was done.
Yeah.
So I just, a little silly.
That's doesn't make sense. That it's the same. Yeah, I understand. Like, you order pizza and it's like you go to Boston Pizza, not Boston Pizza, excuse me, Papa John's, and it's a tip. It's always a tip.
Yep.
Right. And it's like, okay, well, you're now making me touch a machine. Like, you're all about. It's funny because they advertise, at any time, if you do contactless delivery.
Yep.
Right. Okay, perfect. I'll pay online. But then you go to a store and you got to use the machine and it's like, oh, tip. Well, I don't want to touch a machine where buddy in front of me with his jacked up, F-150 with his Freedom Convoy 2022 bumper sticker, right?
Pick one. Pick one.
Yeah. Like, do you want cash?
Yeah.
Do you want me to pay cash?
We can't have cash in a pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently.
And
it doesn't exist anymore. But
I don't think this is a Wildcats thing, but somebody's got to figure it out there, and they got to figure it out by the 15th, because it's a little silly. But let's focus on the positive. Let's get into the Weekly Rewind.
Okay.
Weekly Rewind.
The Wildcats are now 17-10, 3-1 for 38 points, second in the Maritimes, third in the Eastern Conference, exactly where we thought they'd be, which would give us a series against, still against Rimouski, who dropped into 6th place. Quite a wild weekend at the Avenir Center. Saturday, the Wildcats got a come-from-behind shootout victory over Rimouski, 4-3. This was, I said it on the live after, honestly, I don't think this team deserved to win this hockey game after the second period. They got absolutely run in that second period. Outshot 20-5. We continued to talk about the fact that the second period is not their best period. They should just do like Mighty Mites do and take the 5 minutes, scrape, switch ends, and play the second period, because when they go in for the break, it's not the best, but they stuck at it. They stuck with it. Lemieux kind of settled in, made the saves he needed to make, and
he stole the game.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
stole it easy enough. Like, it's like, this is why you trade for a 20-year-old goalie.
Yep.
And he, Jesus, 44 shots. So he went 41 for 43.
Yep.
So you can't.
Quality saves too.
Oh, big, yeah, huge saves.
Yeah,
huge saves. So you can't trouble him. 3 saves in overtime. I mean,
on a breakaway.
Yep.
Which turned over by Bellamy. You could just see poor Mercier just gassed.
Yeah.
And just couldn't get back there. Which, I like the fact that Mercier was on the ice in overtime. like the
Trust.
yeah,
It's trust, man.
not many fourth liners are playing 3-on-3 in overtime in a game that in a regular season game, like their first home game, right?
You want to make some. You want to make a splash. You want to, send the other players a message.
Yep.
Throw out your 16-year-old rookie in his first, not first Q game, but first home game, right?
Yep.
And get him some ice time. And look, I think he. I'm not sure if it was this game or the Blainville game, but it almost seemed like some of the best shifts that the team took. No, it would have been against Rimouski.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best shifts the team took in the third period was the fourth line. And it just seemed to kind of almost energize the team the rest of the way.
Well, as you put it, the friendship tour.
The friendship tour,
right?
which is another hashtag that we hopefully will be able to utilize
for Auger and Mercier
at some point. Yeah, the friendship tour. It's also the I got it from the Flames because they like to call it the Matthew Tkachuk friendship tour.
Oh yeah.
So anytime he goes into another
Yep.
team's rink, it's always the friendship tour. So
I will give you a bit of props though. You kind of called the comeback, or at least
Yeah.
when it got down to 5-on-3, this team got into penalty trouble, took 5 straight penalties. It seemed like every time Hamel went to the box, Iasenza felt he needed a friend, so he went to the box with him. But on the weekend, it was kind of a theme, but took the tripping, took the slashing. And, I mean, Rimouski scored 10 seconds into that power play, and it's one of those things, the goal was called off. And I'm like, okay, well, if the goal's called off, was it interference? So shouldn't they be going to the box? Like, why was it called off? We don't know, but
trying to think
huge
of that.
5-on-3.
Trying to think of that. Was
They
called
kind
off.
of kind of pushed them into the net. Like,
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I from the other end, I was like, well, if it's called off, there's a reason why it was called off. But huge saves, getting the puck out. We talked about special teams being something this team needed to focus on. Power play, but at least the penalty kill in this one was the turning point that allowed us to get back in this hockey game.
It was what they call the TSN turning point. Yeah, you kill off anytime you can kill off a 2-man advantage. It's not going to have a negative effect on your team.
No.
And you could just tell that was the turning point. Like that's they killed off that penalty, and then I think the fourth line got a couple shifts where they had Rimouski hemmed in their own zone for the whole entire shift, and for a fourth line to do that, it's just going to energize the other lines as well. And then, I mean, Pilote just probably scores two of, I wouldn't say the biggest goals of his career. Well, I guess you could probably say his biggest goals of his career so far.
Yeah. Couple snipes.
Yeah. And
or muffins, whatever you want to call it, but the goalie couldn't see, right?
Yeah. I think on the tying goal, obviously Pilote scored it, but the patience and the control of Etienne Morin for a 16-year-old defenseman. If you go back and watch that tying goal, the way he escapes from a forechecker, is just it's pro.
Yeah,
it's pro level. That he just for someone who's 16 years old walking the line like he can. It's incredible to watch. It's really, really something else. And it's if he was, I was like, he's going to lose it. He's going to lose the puck, and somehow he managed to get it back to Pilote for the tying goal. I just couldn't believe how someone of his age can just pull off some of these moves. It's unbelievable.
And he's on the power play. Like, he's quarterback one on the power play one. I actually thought Loshing tipped the goal, like the original goal, and the post-game show, Tim thought he tipped it too. It did end up being Pilote. And then overtime, back and forth, and then in the shootout, Thomas Auger, slick mitts, feeling 22, goes top shelf. Brooklyn Kalmakoff goes backhand, and post and not in. Gives us the 4-3 victory. One thing I will take away from this game, before you get to tell me something good, face-offs, not good. 44 for Rimouski, 29 for Moncton. Chasing the puck, coming into a week that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. You can't be losing one of every second draw. You've got to which they got better at on the Sunday afternoon game, but that was a game where you really saw the absence of Stewart, and they're going to get better at this. But that was a game that you really saw the absence of a face-off guy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me something good about that one?
The Rimouski game?
Yeah.
I mean, Lemieux.
Yeah. All right.
Just being able for him to come in and play the way he did, and he stole the game. Like, you can't. There's no one that's going to say he didn't steal it. He won the game for them.
Yep.
He was a calming presence. He was a veteran presence. He made the saves, and he was just able to get the team where they need to be. And that was to a third period comeback. It's the cardiac cats that it's just they're never out. They're never down and out. This team will not quit, and they play to the final whistle. And I've said it before, if they're going to win games against the teams
they're not supposed to beat,
they got to go hard for 60 minutes, 65 minutes, whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, then they're going to win games. They're going to you can't go and say Blainville and Rimouski are contenders. They're not. But once we start getting into the schedule, like Shawinigan, Sherbrooke,
yeah,
right,
and that's
the top teams.
They're lucky that the Rimouski was the opponent, being outshot 20-5, because you play against Sherbrooke, Shawinigan, Charlottetown, St. John, and get outshot 20-5. It's probably 6-7-1 by the time. The way they got run against Rimouski, can't have that against better teams. Sunday, same story, same result. The Wildcats get a 7-6 victory, this time in overtime. Again, this team gets down, got into penalty trouble, kind of stuck with it, took the lead. I think one of the turning points in this one, as much as everybody hates it, I think the Langlois fight, because they had just gone down 6-5 after a killing off a penalty, and then Fauchon on a 2-on-1 gets the puck behind the net past Filion, and then Jonkas, I think it's Jonkas, whatever it is. Jonka. Gets the breakaway right out of the box, puts it in the net at 6-5, kind of sucked the wind out of the team, and Francis Langlois drops the mitts and kind of re-energizes the club a little bit, and I think that was a bit of the turning point in this one.
Where'd that fight come from anyway? Like it just
down in the zone, and Miguel just hit him, and kind of the cross checks that everyone does,
right.
And Langlois turned around and gave him one back, and literally looked at him and was like, "You want to go?" And Miguel's like, He's like, "Let's effing go." And the mitts went, and it's a good deal though.
Yeah,
it's a good deal.
That was a good old time fight, and I got to make a joke at the Wildcats for telling the goalies to put on a show. They put on a show already.
Did they ever? Yeah.
Last goal wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not your goalie's duel.
Nope.
Not going to help out the save percentage or the goals against average in this one. It wasn't a 50 save Nicholas Sheehan shutout, so I'm glad I'm not eating crow on that one this week. And I just, man, Morin I can't say enough about him.
Yep.
The back check on the tying goal, and to get it to Kalmakov, it's literally 2 games in a row where if Morin wasn't on the ice, we're 0-2. Right? We lose 2 games in regulation.
Yep.
If Morin is not on the ice in the last minute of the hockey game. Saturday
Which
night.
When was the last time you saw that from a 16-year-old defenseman?
It's been a while. Saturday night, his patience at the blue line, his calm, his coolness to get it over to Pilat, tying goal. And then this one here, same thing, back checks on an empty net with an empty net.
Yeah.
Gets the puck to Kalmakov, and the rest is just history. Just unbelievable player for 16. Like just he's a pro. He's gonna play in the NHL. There's no question about it.
And it's funny on this third pairing to begin the year, and there's an injury, I believe, to one of the defensemen. He ends up getting on the top line with Sammy Longname, and he's not moving. Like he's not going anywhere. One thing I will say, I don't know if you noticed it, but the defense seems to be much more active now than they. And it's a small 2-game scale, but Iasenza was chipping the puck in, taking the puck kind of to the net, getting a good. You kind of forget he's got a pretty decent shot. Obviously, Thomas Darcy scored. He ended up having to play back on defense. He was slotted in the fourth line, and Connor Olsen was in protocol, so he slots back in there. We saw Archibald's debut, but the defense just seemed more mobile. Pilot's got the 2-on-1, gets the assist on that. It seems like the defense was given the green light to go when they needed to go, and they kind of picked their spots. I know Frankie had a bit of a tough game in penalty and getting into penalty trouble, but I don't know if you've noticed that in these 2 games, the defense just seems a little bit more active.
Yeah, they're mobile. Iasenza is, his skating is really taken off.
Yep.
His puck handling is taken off. Like I wouldn't be surprised one of these days if he goes coast to coast. He's just he's another one. I think his draft ranking is just going to keep going up and up and up here.
And again, he's got the trust of Hamel, the steady stay-at-home defenseman.
Mm-hmm. He's a lot more than staying home. Like he's doing a lot more offensively than I've seen from a stay-at-home defenseman. He's one of those two-way defenseman.
Hamel or Iasenza?
Iasenza.
Oh yeah, no, I was saying he can be that because Hamel is allowing him to do that because he's a stay-at-home.
Yeah. So it's he's another one that's going to be really good, it's we're saying a lot of positives here. We're not going to talk about the old goaltending or anything like that about this one here. We'll pass on that one.
Yep.
And
what are your thoughts on Bellamy in his first 2 games back in Moncton? Do you want some time to formulate your thoughts? Because for me, it was he's going to get it, and he just didn't quite look comfortable in a lot of the system, so he was trying to make an extra play. Big, physical. You kind of forget his shot because we didn't get to see it all the time. We saw it a few times, but I think as he grows and gets more comfortable in Lacroix's system, I think he's going to be just that much better. But I think he just seemed to trying too much to make things happen.
I do have to say, the Sunday game, he probably could have been a little better on a couple goals.
Yeah.
Because he was with Pilot, right?
No, he was with Morin.
Well, there's a couple goals where him and
Pilot, they might have got stuck out there.
Yeah. There's a couple goals where him and Pilot were together, and it was not good. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
They definitely can be faulted for a couple of those goals. But I'm going to give them
third one.
Yeah, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. First 2 games back, and I did a little calculation.
Okay.
Where I think he did get a point on Sunday.
Yeah,
he picked up an assist.
First point. Yeah.
Yeah. So from the last time he got a point as a Wildcat to Sunday, 1,513 days.
Wow.
Yeah. From December 17th, 2017, he got an assist, to February the 6th, 2022, 1,513 days.
Well done.
Yeah.
That's quite a long, and that's
Yeah, that's my math.
well done.
But also thank you, Google, because you can put in a date and another date and calculate the difference by itself without having to use a calendar.
Yeah, no, how did you think I knew it
So
was 49
very,
days?
very happy with that.
So getting into the preview, we kind of talked about it a little bit. As much fun as it was these past two games, these ones are going to be a very big test. They've got Shawinigan on Thursday, who's third in the Western Conference. They've got the number one team in the Western Conference in Sherbrooke. I mean, this is a game where faceoffs are going to matter. Hopefully they get a little bit better. Power play is going to matter. They cannot keep going to the box. They can't take 5 straight penalties or they will get buried. These are going to be very, very tough games. I mean, we've seen them play. We lose to Shawinigan? I feel like we did.
When are these games again? When is it? This
Thursday.
weekend?
Yeah, this weekend.
Thursday and Friday.
Thursday, Friday. Yep.
Why is it not Saturday, Sunday?
I don't know. That's the schedule maker.
Stupid.
But we're gonna get to see Shawinigan. Yeah, did we play them here? Why do I feel like we did?
I think didn't we play them already?
I thought we did.
Or was it postponed?
Oh, it could have been they were coming up and then it got postponed.
No, like rescheduled.
Rescheduled. Good call. We're gonna get to see Bork, Xavier Bargot. This is a weekend where it's going to be put to the test on what this team kind of is early on, right?
100%. Really don't know what to expect here, but it hopefully there's.
I don't think we've played Shawinigan.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Interesting. Well, hopefully Dan Lacroix is out of COVID protocol.
Right? Nothing bad against Heptich, but
no. But you could tell there's kind of a different game style, right, between these two. So
yeah.
it's hopefully we can get Coach Lacroix back and kind of get our team back where it's supposed to be playing. Because I don't think coaches want 7-6 games all the time. I don't think they want to be battling from behind in the final minutes of every game.
Oh, we did play Shawinigan. We beat them.
So.
Yeah, we beat them 2-1.
November the 14th.
Yeah.
There we go. Wow, those were the days.
Yeah.
That was before they acquired Loris
Rafamenzoa.
Rafamenzoa.
Yeah.
We're getting good at this.
We are. Vinny LaBelle and Brooklyn Kalmakoff.
Obvious.
Yep. Yeah, a 2-1 outshot him 32-26. So we've at least seen Shawinigan. I don't think they had Maverick Bork in that one. I think they had Xavier Bargot or one of the other two. So, but this is a team that is a contender, and Sherbrooke is a contender. Josh Waugh's leading the league in scoring. So, these are not going to be easy. None of these games are really going to be easy, but these are not going to be. You're going to have to come to work to get this one. It's and on the road too, tough. Sherbrooke's got the big ice, right? Or is that Chicoutimi?
Chicoutimi. Yeah.
So
I think the Sherbrooke rink. I can't forget what it's called. It's a nice rink though.
Sherbrooke one,
nice rink. So Shawinigan, great rink, great bar, great food, great town, great people. I want to go back there someday.
Well, let's go.
Shawinigan.
Next year. Next year we'll go on that 3-game road trip to go see Shawinigan.
The Booster Club.
Yeah, the Wildcats. Wildcats presents the road trip, but these are too early to be the old quote-unquote measuring stick games, but as good as you feel playing in the comebacks against Rimouski and Blainville, if you get down against Sherbrooke or Shawinigan, you more than likely are not coming back, but it seems like every time we count this team out, they show up, right?
And totally redeem yourself.
Yep. Yeah, it's
a Dumb and Dumber reference there.
I like that. You ready for everyone's favorite part of the show?
Are we there already?
We are there already, unless you got something else.
No.
All right. Let's get to everyone's favorite part of the show.
Eric Murray, Realtor. Buy a house from him. Stick Tap of the Week.
Do you watch any Scotties?
I watch all the Scotties, bro. I love the Scotties tournament every year.
So, how about that team New Brunswick, man? There was some fine women that did an incredible job. And look, this is a team that probably wouldn't have. A lot of these curling fans might not have never heard of, because New Brunswick's not one of those teams that competes for a Scotties championship.
Did you? Sorry to cut you off. Did you know that they actually used to relegate the smaller provinces in the old Scott when it was the Scott Tournament of Hearts and the older ones? It was the Ontarios, the Manitobas, the Albertas. They were the teams that were funded. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, they were always relegated. They had to earn their way into the tournament. So
Jesus.
yeah, it's and I know they've added teams, especially for the COVID with the 18 teams this week. But yeah, they used to relegate teams that had to earn their way into the Scotties.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But no, this is this team New Brunswick put on a show. Was it Saturday night against Team Canada, or Saturday afternoon, or against Team Canada in the semifinals. They had it, man. They had it. Was the team? Were they playing?
No,
they were playing Northern Ontario.
Northern Ontario.
Yeah, they
were
had it,
up.
man.
They were up 4 when I came downstairs to do the live. When I come up and it was extra ends, I'm like, "What is happening?"
They had it.
Yeah,
they had their chance. But I gotta. These women did an incredible job. They made, New Brunswick proud. They were the talk of the tournament. And the first New Brunswick team at the Scotties to get a bronze medal since 1991.
Yeah.
I was 6 years old the last time a New Brunswick team medaled at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. So I got to give the old stick tap to Team New Brunswick at the Scotties. I'm gonna let them tap my I was gonna say I let them tap my stick, but that wouldn't be very appropriate.
No, absolutely not.
I will tap my stick to Andrew Crawford, Sylvie Quillian. Apologize if I say her name incorrectly here. Jill Babin and Katie Forward. Incredible job this weekend or last week, ladies. You killed it, and you're there. You put New Brunswick back on the curling map, and next is the Briar.
The Briar, yep.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who's representing New Brunswick, but hopefully we can get a similar result. I know the Briar is always a tougher one, and
I don't watch the Briar as much as I watch the Scotties.
Well, we know why you watch the Scotties, right? It's, anyways.
Would you like to know the real answer?
I'm just teasing.
No.
But no,
used to watch it with my granny, so
yeah.
She taught me the game.
Yeah, I like to. I just got into it. My parents always made fun of me for watching curling, but
everyone makes fun of me for watching curling. Then I moved out here and people watch curling.
Did you
I'm
ever
like,
go
this is
curling?
awesome.
Did you ever go curling?
I haven't curled since high school. I'd like to.
You can rent lanes. I don't know if we call them. You don't call them lanes. That's
sheets.
Ice sheets.
Yeah.
I did that a couple times a few years ago. Absolutely hammered. Get drunk and go curling. Great time.
Yeah. I don't really know if I'm just trying to find out who.
Curling's the only time in life that it's legal to throw rocks at houses.
Pew pew.
My curling joke.
That was well done.
That's I don't even know. Where's the Briar?
The Briar is in Lethbridge this year.
Oh, Lethbridge. The dumpy old rink.
It's not a bad rink, the NMAX Center. It reminds me, actually, St. John reminds me a lot of.
Did you always say it's in a bad spot?
No, it's in a great spot.
What's this WHL city that's you said it's in a terrible spot?
Medicine Hat.
That's the one.
It's not. Yeah. It's kind of in a terrible spot, but it's also in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
They've started to put like a Cal Tire around it and a couple hotels and a couple restaurants. But
yeah,
when they first built it, they kind of built it out in the middle of nothing with a ton of parking. Lethbridge is St. John's Arena in Moncton's parking in the old Coliseum. We're just big rink and a ton of extra parking. But yeah, that was a good stick tap.
Thank you very much.
The Stick Tap of the Week, sponsored by Eric Murray Real Estate with the Remax Avante team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Greater Moncton or surrounding area, make sure to check him out on social media or give him a call at 506-863-8802.
All right, that brings us to the Rosemary Lynn Massage Wildcat of the Week. She's back sponsoring for another season right now. Her and Angelina are both accepting new clients, and they direct bill, so give them a call at 506-830-1224. The Wildcast of the Week. Finally, we get to talk about a player. Goes to a guy who's on a 5-game point streak dating back to before the break. He had 2 goals and an assist this past weekend, which included an absolute rocket top shelf against Robert. And like you said, he's hitting everything that moves, had a huge hit in overtime against Blainville. And he's had a lot of chances on the power play, which, like I said, eventually looked better on Sunday. So your Wildcat of the Week is number 28, Yon Loshing. Do you want to give some stuff away?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, I'm not giving anything away yet, as the contest still goes till Friday for the massage.
That's right.
So, again, go to our social media, go to our Instagram, find the picture. All you got to do, again, I told you this on the live. We figured out Valentine's Day for you, except we're going to give yours away. So somebody's going to win this. Tag somebody in comment. Tag somebody that you think deserves the massage. That gets you 1 entry. Share the post on your story. Tag Wildcast Podcast. Tag Rosemary Lynn Massage. And that gets you 3 bonus entries. So that is till Friday, February 11th. I will give it out at that point. And now we give the $50 gift card to the Igloo.
That's right. We got a lot of entries.
Yeah, a ton.
We got
so many.
So grateful to everybody that donated to a charity of their choice.
Yeah.
We got so many entries bombarded. Like I thought I had to turn off my notifications for that tweet to the Toronto Police. Man, I was getting a lot of DMs with those donations and stuff. But I think we have a winner here.
Yep.
And we're gonna do a little drum roll. Ryan Desprez is the big winner. Made a donation to the Sandra Schmerler Foundation.
Yep.
Sandra Schmerler Foundation. We said it could be any charity. You even could have sent us your tickets for the Food Depot Alimentaire 50-50 draw, and we would have accepted that because you donated to the Food Depot. So we'll try to do this again some other time. Is that James Grattan that's representing New Brunswick at the Briar?
Yes, that is. James Grattan, Darren Moulding, Paul Dobson.
James Grattan always goes. Get somebody new in there.
Well, start curling.
I should. Hurry, hurry.
So, yeah, thanks to Ryan for his donation to the Sandra Schmerler Foundation, which, if you followed me and our posts last weekend, is a foundation for Sandra Schmerler, who was the first Canadian Olympian curler. She passed away due to cancer, and her foundation buys equipment for preemies and NICUs all over the country. They've donated to about 80 different hospitals. Their goal was $750,000 this year. They smashed that, going $700,000 or $800,000. So that just buys beds for all babies. And as you know, these little guys deserve the best care, and they always get it in the NICU with donations from the wonderful people out there. So that'll do it for this week. Again, dude, so good to be talking hockey. Back on the lives on the Instagram. Don't forget to follow us there. Back previewing Talking Hockey. We will be back next week. And instead of, I don't know when, because next week is Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so we might have to do something a little different next week.
Yeah.
Possibly, because I don't know. We've got a big next week's show. It's Valentine's Day, or for those out there that call it Singles Awareness Day, same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to figure something out about next week.
It'll be interesting.
We'll have to maybe do a.
Either way, what
Tuesday.
we're saying,
We'll be here.
don't forget.
Yeah.
Do not forget
If
it.
you
on
have
Monday.
a significant other,
Yes.
Monday is Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Don't forget.
No.
Now remember, just because it's Valentine's Day next Monday, it also means March 14th is a special day as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Steak.
PG.
Steak and day.
Yeah, exactly.
So we will figure something out for next week. We'll still be here. We'll have a show. We will be entertaining. I just realized I was probably hiding my face behind this microphone the whole show. That's okay.
We're learning.
We'll be here. We'll have
Yeah.
a show. We'll be talking hockey. We'll be talking Sherbrooke, Shawinigan.
And previewing 3 games.
3 games. We're getting back into this stuff.
It's a good time.
Hopefully we can start lifting these 50%, maybe go to 75 or something.
Let people buy tickets for games
Yeah,
that
exactly.
they don't already have tickets.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your support. See you guys next week.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Wildcast podcast. Follow us on social media at Moncton Wildcast.